Good morning, you bad, beautiful bitches. You might be asking yourself, what am I tuning into here? What am I listening to? You are blessing your ears to the greatest new morning show you're ever going to hear, all right? This is a show that we're going to unpack your favorite celebrities, entrepreneurs, entertainers, athletes. We're going to say, hey, let's interview them from a time when they had full-on limitations and limits. And let's learn about how they got to a land where they are, almost did he say, no limits.
Facts.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the No Limits Podcast. Sitting directly across from me is a man that stands 6'5". He's got more tattoos, more crazy tattoos than Lil Wayne, all right? We met in 4th grade. He's my best bud, okay? He's a CEO of a good time, Corporate Colin, a.k.a. Colin Vegan.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you.
Directly on my right is a man I met in high school. He actually got me my first job ever in which I was fired from as a pizza delivery boy. We'll unpack that here, okay? He is a spreadsheet's wet dream. He's my business partner in Dangerously Caffeinated. Give it up for Brandon Burnick. Look at us, gang, huh?
That was great.
It's safe to say we're elevated to new heights. You know what I mean?
I think we're doing dangerously well for where we started at, and being here now.
I feel
just
like
unreal.
We're flying, you know? Like we're soaring. Flying, there's not a star in heaven that we can't reach. If we're flying,
then we'll make it free.
Bring it home.
Let's go.
All right, welcome to the No Limits Podcast, gang. Okay.
And we are here. I mean, we might as well tell them where it all started.
Yes, the only way to move forward with No Limits is to look backwards.
Exactly.
Okay?
So you touched on it a bit in the intro. Take you back to 4th grade. Kind of a similar situation that we have here. 3 seats. Mm-hmm. One mutual friend between Kevin and myself, Connor, right? And he introduces us. We sit down. I don't know how old we are at this point. 4th grade? How old are you in 4th grade?
I'm no math. What do I look like, a scientist?
Right. Well, we're in 4th grade.
Jeez
and
Louise.
Either way, so we sit down and Connor just, Kevin, this is Colin. Colin, this is Kevin. Mm-hmm. I look at Kevin like, hey, Kev. And the first thing out of it, he didn't say hello, nothing like that. First thing out of his mouth, he goes, oh, hey, Colin, I get my food from Petco. And I swear to God, I mean, at that age, that was it.
Wrote it myself.
Like, okay, we got a play date scheduled for today.
Yeah.
Because we're doing
My
this.
mom called your mom, and now we're hanging out forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Weird.
So pretty much from that comment on, I would say it was just locked in.
Yes.
And
later in life, Colin and I would actually turn to rapping quite a bit. I went by the rap name SPF 50 with the tagline, where's my sunscreen?
Right.
All right.
And I was WD-40, meaning don't get rusty.
Bring your squeaky pipes to me and I can fix it.
Exactly. But I think that goes with what we got going on now is that growing up, we always had that like out of the box. Like I knew I wanted to be a rapper.
Yes.
Okay. Who could I call who I know also wants to be a rapper?
Oh, I'll put on some auto-tune.
Hey,
then.
Kev, you want to shoot a music video tomorrow? It sounds kind of crazy. Oh, funny you said that.
Thought
Colin.
about it and I'm in.
Exactly.
Okay.
No hesitation with crazy stuff like that, which
It's almost safe to say we're not the sharpest tool in the shed.
but we will build the shed. Okay. We're those guys.
Clip that.
That's a t-shirt.
Which that tailors over to how Brandon and I met.
Yep.
You might have heard in the intro, he is a spreadsheet's wet dream. He's full-on business logistics for Dangerously Caffeinated.
Yep.
He's a negotiating ninja.
Yes.
Okay? Brandon Burnick.
Started at high school.
Yep.
Right? You guys 4th grade, you got me beat there.
Yep.
High school started up.
Yep.
Capri, delivery driver.
Brandon got me my first job ever.
Ever
in life.
You know, first little side hustle.
Yeah.
Driving around, snow, storm, rain, whatever.
Did get fired from it very fast.
Well,
He
you know.
was one day, where's Kev? He's not there.
This is a time
We were shooting a music video that day, actually.
That it all makes
you
sense.
could just order pizzas. I'd bring it to Colin's house.
Work.
and not show back up.
This was a time pre-iPhone, right? You had the TomTom GPS.
Right.
And no joke, Capri Pizza, shout out Capri Pizza, had a damn map of Wyndham, New Hampshire in the back kitchen.
Print
with it.
out on
Granted,
MapQuest.
we lived in Wyndham, so we knew where everything was.
Listen, I live in a suburban. Okay. I didn't flee from my cul-de-sac much, all right? So.
But then you guys got in from talk about the dangerously caffeinated
Dangerously
thing.
Yes.
caffeinated.
And how that even got
Yes.
started.
I am always, like you said, spreadsheets guru, always looking to acquire new businesses. So looking online, I found a coffee shop locally in Maine, and I was like, I'm going to buy this one. Well, little behold, TikTok guru over here,
man.
morning alarms every morning. I
Hello.
would see him, and he would always say, let's get dangerously caffeinated. So I'm like, I think there's something there. Reached out, like, let's go grab drinks and dinner. We did that, hit it off. We're like,
At least take me out to dinner.
yeah,
Jesus Christ.
and he did. Let me tell you.
Yeah, we went out. We didn't connect after high school.
Years.
Years went by.
College, everything
Which,
went
to
by.
your point, you said outside the podcast coming in, we're a decade out of high school.
Which
Crazy.
we
Like,
don't even have to
crazy.
mention that.
Right.
part.
I
But
can't
we
even.
are.
I can't even spell a decade. Right. He contacts
there.
me. Right. We go out and get drinks. We're brainstorming, and he says, "What do you think if you go in with me on buying this coffee company, which I think was called like."
Megaton or
Yeah.
Atomic Bomb? Or
Yes, I
something
think it was
crazy.
Atomic
Yeah,
Bomb.
something.
And I said, "What if instead of acquiring a coffee company, we made our own coffee company?"
Spoken like a
Yeah.
true entrepreneur.
Cheers, boys.
I like
and
that.
Dangerously
Year and a half
Caffeinated
later,
I like
was
that.
born. All right.
It's true.
So, which
I like that.
right catches us up a bit.
But then, so we had the 4th grade, then high school. We actually all did go to high school together.
True.
And what did we have? We had bio together, couple
man.
classes. It was a wild time back then.
There was Mr. Bryant's class. I will never forget this. I think it was me and you sitting next to her. Maybe even you were there as well. He was talking. We were speaking in tongues. He was saying something, and we responded, the smartasses we were, and we were like,
There you go.
and he's like, that is disrespectful.
There you go.
Cut off.
We've matured
Yeah,
since then,
here
right?
we are.
Right.
That's what
school.
a decade will do.
You
All
guys
right.
might want to stay after. Not today.
I have a couple of key questions for the
Go.
group here.
Let's
all right,
go.
which will set the tone for the duration of the show, but then also for the trajectory of the show.
I like what we're.
Really want to get that word out.
Yeah.
Pretty nervous. I was looking at you there for.
Yeah, I know. I felt it.
And we'll go around the room, right? We'll start with Colin. What motivates you?
Okay. So we actually touched on this on the phone before the whole show itself anyway. I'd honestly say, and I know you feel the same way, probably you too, is just what motivates me isn't like getting to a point where I got all this money and like I could have this or go here and everything's cool. I mean, technically it is because of what I would want to do. It's just being able to go to those people that helped you out. Obviously your
Yep.
parents, your friends, those certain people in your life that gave you a place to stay or like anything. And just what it would feel like to knock on the door and just say, here you go.
Yeah.
That in itself is just complete motivation.
Yep.
Right out of the
100%.
gate.
I like it.
So
I'm
that's
gonna
got to be
pull
me.
a Gary V quote out of here. 400 trillion to 1 is the probability we are all alive right now.
Odds of becoming
yeah.
a human.
I
That
saw that
doesn't
clip.
motivate the shit out of you.
Could have been a ficus.
Yeah.
Could've
You
been
know?
a ficus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did he say? Your mom
here
could have
we
had
are.
one more drink that night.
Yeah.
See ya.
Wow.
But it's true.
Well,
like,
I mean,
that
Put some
really-
respect on Jan's name. Jan's a saint. My mom called me before this. She's like, "We're so proud of you, sweetie. We
Yeah.
can't wait to see it and hear it." And now look what you did.
I know.
Nice.
Our one review testimonial on dangerouslycaffeinated.com is
Jan
Mama
Cooney.
Jan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
true.
Said you're doing great, sweetie.
Yep.
You know?
That was, I mean, well, it's the people that help you out, the parents.
Yeah.
And we had very supportive parents, man.
Yep.
They really let us do whatever we want. And as far as sports, everything, dude, you were out there, you could do your own thing. And
Yep.
then you get a little older, turns out you learn a few things. You're like,
yes.
wow, that might have not been as easy as I thought it was for them.
Yep.
Like I might have been quite a handful.
Yeah, a little bit.
But, you know,
You want to know what motivates me over everything?
what do we got?
Outside of money and tangible things,
Right.
which I'm really finding later in life, like as I'm aging each year, this is becoming more and more true. The one thing that motivates me, happiness, right?
Sounds like a card.
This
That's
is-
CVS. I love it.
Happy
What
birthday.
motivates you? Being
Just
happy.
TM.
TM that
You've
for
had a
sure.
great year. Okay. Honestly, for me,
Happiness,
it's
though. It is true.
I heard this. I think we all were massive Fantasy Factory fans. Rob Deerdeck,
Huge.
right? I heard him on his own podcast called Building with Rob, and he was saying the moment he really started to get unbelievably busy and acquiring unbelievable wealth is when he started to really chase happiness. Right?
That
And
makes
that
a lot of
stems
sense.
from within. Right.
Wow, that was deep. Wow.
It does make
What
sense.
scene of the Notebook was that from?
Jeez.
Okay.
But no, it goes back. Remember, not too long ago, this was probably 3 months ago, dude. Remember I disappeared to Kentucky?
Yes.
I had no idea what I wanted to do. Everybody was telling me what I should do. So I had like my brother, my dad, like get this job, which to their credit, like obviously like get a job,
Looking
get
out for
something,
you.
and then kind of figure it out.
Yep.
But I was so lost and I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do. And every job that I could get that I was certified for, like general labor, construction, all that crap. And I'm like, dude, I hate it. And the money's good. You could get in the
Yep.
union, good. Like,
Yep.
ironworkers union doing welding, really good money. Hated my life. Absolutely hated it. And I did not care. And I literally up and went to Kentucky. And I think I called Kevin. As soon as I got to Kentucky, I was like, it's everything everybody told me it would be. This place is just not for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I was like, holy shit. And I called you and I was freaking out. I was like, dude, I don't know what I did. Like, da-da-da. And you were like, well, where are you at? I was like, that's the problem. I'm in Kentucky.
What got you out of that rut?
Dude, I think literally it was.
Was it a friend going Hollywood?
It might have been. No, it was me. I was in that rut. What got me out of it was getting to Kentucky.
Yeah.
Literally, it was almost like the big man upstairs was like, I gotta take your dumbass this far for you to really just see what you could do and know what you want to do. And like I said, I pulled up. I'm driving through Kentucky. I'm sticking out like a sore thumb because I'm wearing jeans and a t-shirt and I just look normal.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And these other people, like everyone is just, it's so country. I don't know how to say it. I don't want to sound rude. So it's just very country. And it literally like a light bulb went off and I was like, all right, I'm going to go home. The plan just came.
Yep.
I'm going to go home. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this job. I'm going to move in here. I'm going to do this, work. And then something good's going to happen. And that's what I did. And now we're here starting a podcast, which is, I mean.
Colin and I went to Scorpion Bar.
Can't get mad at that.
I pitched this idea and I said, when we put together a show, I want two guys I know to the core. Right. But on two different fronts. Right. So we both got drinks, I think separately, probably within a week of each other.
Right. Yep.
And
separate meetings.
And I was kind of feeling out the conversations. Like I wanted Colin in here. Right. Because I know him to the core.
Right.
Like
easy
you said,
back and forth banter.
CEO of a good time,
Very
corporate
easy.
Colin, right? Hilarious human being. And then Brandon on this side, on more of the business side of obviously Dangerously Caffeinated. Your business brain, by the way, is I'm not even pumping up, trying to I'm listening to my mother listen to this. I wanted to say,
a big word.
Yeah. or an abbreviation, S and some ABCs or Ds, you know? Your business brain, so for example, before we met, I was heavy in the Flip Life game, right? And the Flip Life, for those that don't know, I preach this all the time, is if you're looking for not fast cash, but just practical cash, practical way to make money right now, today.
Right.
You take out your phone, you literally search free on Facebook Marketplace. You can set a geo-location mile-wise, how far you're willing to drive, right? Free anything. Free home decor, baby products, toys.
It's so crazy how people put certain stuff up there for free. Sometimes I'll see what you post, and it's like a very nice sectional. It's super nice, like $500 at Bob's, and you just for free, which is like mind-boggling.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again because it's a message I try to get out there to the masses. This is how real the Flip Life is. Ready for this? Graduate college 2017.
Boom.
$60K student loan debt.
Boom.
Paid it off in 2 years, all from selling couches.
Not a big deal.
Right? So I was paying $3,000 a month all through couches. I started in my parents' garage, right? I had them all stacked up the long way. Jim and Jen, obviously not pleased for the furniture that's in there, right? Quickly moved out, got a storage unit, and it's crazy. It's a game of what car do you drive? How much shit can you pick up?
Right.
And how much shit can you store, Right. And it doesn't have to be, I get a lot of DMs from people now that are like, I don't have a truck and don't have a storage unit. Right.
Excuse.
But kind of real. Like, I get that, kind of real. If you found this ficus for free right now, this is $40 all day resale. Right? Home decor.
We both do that same thing. We'll look at something. What did we do when we walked into this place? Hey, Kev, how much do you think we can get for that couch?
Yes, 100%.
It's a great couch, though.
This coffee table, you could put this on a Ford Focus. You could put this on a Honda Civic. I've seen videos of people in New York on the subway station bringing furniture through the subways. You know what I mean?
I mean, if that doesn't motivate you.
And now hustle's become kind of like a dirty word and like no sleep, work till you die kind of thing. But if you're willing to put in the work, on the ground, great things could come. And this tailors to what I was saying earlier with us. I was great at business from a illegitimate standpoint, meaning I knew how to monetize, but I never knew how do you create an LLC, right?
What is
an
LLC? That's the first question.
Like take us down that road for when you and I first met, because I'm a great front end side marketer, right? I'll take, if they left me in here long enough, this table would come with me and I would resell this.
Is gone.
But this is what I'm saying earlier. Your brain, your business brain, for lack of a better word, legalizing a company, right? Put an LLC around it, created a bank account. Is at least from the small town we're from, town living in the city, is like, no other. It's almost business fundamentals probably in your brain. Right. But outside looking in, it's like, walk us through steps of when we formulated Dangerously Caffeinated, taking it from the idea phase, and I'm just going to pump out a bunch of content and we'll just sell beans, to making it a legal entity.
Yeah. So it started years ago. I started probably 4 or 5 different LLCs, from landscaping to a media company, like all things that eventually obviously did not work out, but just building and learning and repetition of how do you actually establish that. I think when we met, it was like, okay, you're going to be the front end. I'm going to be the back end. So first and foremost, you need to create an LLC, limited liability company.
Write that down.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
So that's
continue,
something
please.
that is essentially takes it off of us and puts it into its own entity, like a Kevin Cooney, like a Brandon Burnick, like a Began. Now it's a coffee company. Then once you do that, obviously, natural next step is when we turned 18, we all created bank accounts. We need a business account to funnel that money in. You obviously had a lot of knowledge as well, using Shopify, using backend, creating website designs, things like that were your strong suits. And then just kind of taking it from there. Now we're legit. And then how do we just kind of maneuver and intertwine those things to make it a full product to what we have now to offer to the consumer?
What was the first business you put together using those same tactics right there? What was the first legal business,
Chris Ulbrich and I from high school.
Your what hurts? What was that? What did you say?
Chris Ulbrich and I
from
high school.
I thought you were saying like the name of a brand.
Oh, no.
Here we go. No.
We created a landscaping company.
We removed skunks from land.
Okay.
Landscaping company.
Okay,
Yeah, we were going to go buy brand new equipment, trailer, tractor, all that stuff.
How far down did you get in the business process before you said, did you pull the trigger on that?
We created the LLC.
Okay.
It's like a $100 filing fee.
Right.
Perfect. We're like, we're a businessman. This is great. Bought a lawnmower, did a couple lawns, and was like, we are not doing
The sun
this.
is hot.
This is a lot of work.
In July.
I was like,
wow.
I respect
This
those
is-
people doing the lawns a lot more. I'm like, my brain does not.
It's when you don't know where your business partner stands. You're like, this is great, right?
yeah.
But like, it kind of sucks.
It's like when you get a haircut at the barber and he butchers it and you're like, what do you think? This is so good.
Yeah, dude, and you can
This looks
never
really good.
tell them just to change
That's
it.
my worst fear.
Dude, actually, if
Worst
you look
fear.
at me, I got a haircut before this, and I didn't want to zoom in on it. But now that you said it, it's crazy. Right here, it's uneven, isn't it?
Question for you.
It's uneven.
Did you get a butt chin or did you always have that?
Is it there?
Yo, yeah.
It's there. It's more evident.
Well, it's the way he fucking shaved my face.
Is
dude.
it Amazon?
He's like,
I feel like I didn't. When
Dude,
I saw you last weekend, you didn't have a butt chin.
Well, you want to know who else has a butt chin? Tom Brady. So let's not go with that. This guy, dude. This guy just jacks me up. It just looks like the Sprint kind of sign.
Well, it's hard to trim a butt.
And he looks at me. He looks at me and he goes, "Everything good?" I go, "Oh my God, perfect. Thank you so much." I could have just told him, like, you just fix that up a little bit.
What's he going to do about it?
But for some reason, like, why is that a thing?
Could trim it up. Yeah.
Why is that a thing?
I
though?
sweat a lot in the barber
say
chair.
No.
Yeah.
You can't say no. How does that look? You want more off the top. Doesn't matter. You're not going to say it.
Let me ask you.
Cry.
Do you get it lined up? Like, do you get the straight razor?
I do.
That's scary. You.
Well, you guys will get there. No, you'll get there one day, Kev.
Fun fact. All
Have you
right.
ever had a straight razor to your face? That's scary.
Kevin has
shit.
never
A straight
shaved.
razor.
It's literally like
This
a razor
is-
blade in your utility closet.
Here's-
and they go like this.
You want to hear about some negotiating?
Here
All
we
right.
go.
I have a shout out Georgina. She's my manager for TikTok.
Yeah, shout out.
She set up a brand deal with Gillette,
There
the
you go.
razors, right?
Best a man could get.
Do you know how she's this blonde haired stallion that can go into any boardroom and negotiate almost like how you do. Like I've seen you negotiate back and forth. Imagine pitching a kid and you see this face where if a cat walked in and licked my face, I'd have no hair.
Yeah, I mean,
And Gillette's like, yeah, you know what? We'll
this guy. I
we'll
mean, you
work
could,
with that.
You could shave that one hair.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be a quick video, but it would be,
More of a plucker myself.
Yeah.
If you I don't need this.
I don't know, like, Dad, what's up? When will the hair come in? Is that on layaway?
And Jim's got the full thing going.
He's bald up top, which is concerning, and I do have a flying
you got the opposite
widow's
thing.
peak. Yeah, you know, so I'm sure I'll lose that over
widows.
time. Nothing on the cheeks or chin.
Nothing.
Just a concerning, you know.
Nothing. Just a
concerning
straight
factor.
baby face, which you can't go wrong in some
Can't go wrong.
situations.
No, it's a tough.
During the winter, it's nice to have a little hair on the face.
Yeah, I have nothing of the sorts. You know what I mean? I
Like
put
a
up
baby's bottom. Look at you.
Jesus. I put up a poll yesterday, a little questionnaire on IG stories.
Let's get to it.
Told the people, hey, you know, I do these IG stories a lot actually. Just ask me anything.
Right.
Anything you're feeling.
What numbers are you actually reeling in when those come in? Like when you put up ask me something or like have your fans engage, how is it looking?
Best ones. So I have I wish TikTok had this feature as well. TikTok follower wise is a little over 900,000.
Hello.
Instagram is almost at 50,000. Best ones I've ever done though is when I ask, which we could do a segment of this too, but either best pickup lines or worst date experience.
And those just go
Because I'll
through the
probably
roof.
get, no joke, 400 to 500 comments in this. When I talk, I'm talking twofold because when I know Brandon's picking up what I'm putting down on the Instagram stuff.
Yeah.
Colin?
yeah. I still got to get a phone.
Not a big social media guy. So you put up an Instagram story and you can basically do a questionnaire where they can answer.
Right.
So I'll get, on posts like that, whatever is more engaging, right?
Right.
Posts like this, pretty hilarious though. So I said last night I said, ask me anything. I'll be answering the best questions in long form on a podcast.
Hello.
Right, which brings us to now. You want to know the comments I get on this? I get a comment from a friend of the show, Freddie Nader, 4595. He's just a buddy of ours, just a degenerate,
Another high school
cigar
guy too.
smoking.
Yep.
He says, this is what he says. He says, how come you never call me when you say you will? Thanks,
facts.
Freddie. We're fucking busy. All right, we're trying to build an audience here. Build a business, pal. All right. Good Lord.
Jeez.
Next one here was the second best. This is what I mean. Like, depending on the question you ask, you either get really great responses or I'll tell you right out of the gate, we got one good response.
Okay.
All right.
Out of 20,000.
Not a great pool in this one. A tougher question. People probably just didn't
Right.
Next one is coming from a guy named GB McCarty21 on IG. Do you ever wish you lived in a place with year-round hoodie weather, aka Southern California?
No.
It might be a no, but I don't think it's a resounding no. That's where, dude, we thrive in jacket season. Okay,
You know
that's
my
where we thrive.
2 cents on this, but also it almost applies to life in general. Like the classic questions. It's like if you were to be on a desert island, what's one food you'd eat?
Right.
Any answer is bullshit. You would hate if you chose meatballs, and you'd eat meatballs for 800 years.
You'd eat meatballs for 10 days.
This
and
is
you'd be
like-
if I see a fucking meatball.
This is like what people talk about with burnout, with whether it's social media or their job,
Right.
or maybe you're on you for a while were on a real bender out in Southie.
Oh, good God. Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
sounds like a great time at one point,
it's-
once it's overdone, it's overdone.
So bad.
So I think, arguably, being just a New Englander, living right now in Boston, I need all the seasons. Give me all.
I feel like if you've never experienced the seasons, you're missing out.
Winter,
Right.
spring,
Hey,
summer,
come over here when
fall.
it's 10 below and you got to
All
dig your
you
car out of a
wanna do is
snowbank.
call.
Okay, that sucks.
Yeah, but it's
Then
such
you know the
limited
end is
time.
near.
Yeah.
The winter is limited time. The winter is like the longest.
Yeah,
most
but you're going to
stressful-
thaw out come the spring, Colin.
Touche,
And you're a
my
big
friend.
jacket guy, all
Oh,
right?
huge jacket guy, so I can't complain. You're right.
Yeah,
Who am I?
Here's we got a couple other but here's another good one from Lindsay L2626 on Instagram. What is the best advice you've ever received, and why did it resonate? We'll start with you, Colin. Best advice you've ever received in life.
All right.
And why did it
sounds
hit you?
like kind of a joke. And
Here we
it's
go.
maybe something from The Office too, because I heard it there. Best advice I've ever received in my life. My dad telling me, "Don't be an idiot. Just stop being such an idiot." And you just got to apply that to everything. Would an
Right.
idiot do this? And if he would, then I do not do that thing.
Nice.
Shout out Ray Beacon there.
There we go.
That was
Thank you,
good.
Dad.
Take it
For
away.
me, Also, my father.
There you go.
He often called me a fucking idiot.
There you
That
go.
was his thing. So
there you go.
That's
He will
similar
hear
dads.
this.
Yeah,
Right,
my
he-
dad, you
glad.
know.
Shout out, Dad. You got this.
That's the
No,
most resonating thing.
that's not, but the one thing
You're
he
a
did
huge
for-
bozo is
but
what's
you
really.
said-
Remember you said
I
said
believe
that.
it.
You said that.
No, one of the big things he said was like, you have to earn it. Like which is true. Like you have to actually earn your spot, whether it's for sports or
Yep.
whether it's for business. You have to provide value, and you have to actually earn that. So that's the motto I go with.
I like that.
What about you?
The mottos I live by, I actually brought it with me.
Let's go.
I had to take this out of a book, and I'm a slow reader here, but
There you
I had to
go.
take this out of a book. It's my bookmark. I've had it since high school. It's a $1 bill for those who can't get up.
Those jeans
back
are
in the
pretty tight.
jeans.
How we doing?
Is it legal to write on bills, by the way?
What are you, a cop?
Yeah.
Brandon,
Put your hands behind your
jeez.
back.
No joke. This is I don't want to say I'm a sentimental guy, but I'll definitely do
Right.
some weird shit. Like I have a leaf I caught in 2015. I still have it to this day.
Wow.
And you know what I wrote on the leaf? And I'll have to bring it in here. I'm not kidding. I have it to this day. It's in my apartment. I wrote on it, "Follow your dreams." This is not the.
Follow your dreams.
I caught it. You know when a wind it hit me right in the face.
Right.
But I have this $1. I've kept this $1. Don't spend it all in one place.
Right. Seriously.
Since high school, and anytime I hear something, I write on it in very small writing, just in case
Chicken scratch.
Yeah.
in case I ever get in a dark place and I'm down to my last $1, I'm gonna shakingly hand it
Could
to the
be
guy at
Kev's
7-Eleven.
handwriting? This looks like a fourth grader wrote it.
These are basically 3 or 4 phrases I live by. You know, these are basically when I wake up. So I keep this in my right on my nightstand in a book that I've been trying to get through for the year. Not a great reader.
The duck swam on the lake.
That's one of my daddy owns the lake.
Holes.
Yeah, great movie.
Yep. Back to it.
This is a book called Think and Grow Rich. I've been listening to the audio version of this book. Bitchin' book. All right. But not a big reader.
Right.
All right. So here we go. Max action is the cure-all. We were talking on a
Preach.
phone call before this,
Yes,
right? If
absolutely.
you're in a dark place, whether it's like, mentally, physically, you're not where you want to be at fitness-wise, maybe you're just at a bad relationship, it's really easy to kind of sit around and be like, oof.
Right.
Start to
Then you just get in your own feels.
And then you're in a
that's no
worse
good.
place mentally, right? But if you say to yourself, max action is the cure-all, whatever that is in your life where you're down and out, let's say it's fitness, right? And you're like, okay, today I'm going to the gym.
Right.
Tomorrow, gym.
Right.
When I get home, I'm going to have a shake and I'm going to eat right.
Right.
You know? I might do 100 push-ups right now.
Right.
Max action. You want to start a business, to your point, right?
Take action.
No joke. We met. It was probably 2 weeks later. I think we already had the LLC. We already had the bank accounts formed. We already were branding the bags. We already were working on the tumblers. We were already working on different flavored blends, light to medium roast. How you doing? Medium to dark roast.
Hazelnut.
Right? In 2 weeks, right? We're
Max action.
We're quite literally. We could have sat on that idea and did nothing.
Right.
Yep.
Flip life, right? I had $60K of student loan debt coming out of school. I was like, okay, I'll never forget. I sit down at DCU where my loans were out of, and the lady with a smile says to me, "Yeah, you'll pay $285 a month for 10 years, and you'll be debt free."
She does that to everybody.
$285 a month, and you'll be debt free. I couldn't do it.
Said for how long?
10 years.
10 years. I don't even know if I'll still be here.
I don't know what
10
I'm having for lunch tomorrow. Never mind. So max action is the cure all, which led to the flip life, which led to paying off the loans in 2 years, right?
Which led to look at us and we're here.
Yeah.
How you doing? Max action.
This is a Jim Rohn line. I actually listened to this in the truck, and I literally had to pull over and write this so that I could later that night write it on this $1. He's talking about how risky life is, right? Mostly with making decisions, right? Like it's just any decision in life, right? He says, you want to know how risky life is? You're not going to make it out of here alive.
And he's not wrong.
So when you put that in perspective, right? It's like, even a decision to do a show, right?
Right.
You can think on it and thank God for the Collins of the world, and shout out Charles for the world
Shout out.
for continuing to push and push. Like we could have sat for ever on the name and never did anything on it, but or was like, yeah, it's kind of risky. It's a little out of my I speak every day on social anyway, but it's a little long form show is different than a minute TikTok.
Right.
A little out of the comfort zone.
Right.
But it's a little risky.
But it's something you want to do.
But it's
Something we
like,
wanna do.
yeah, life is risky.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, facts.
The other one that is a great one. This is great for basically when anything's going well.
Right.
Is all good things will be attacked.
Very true.
Right.
Very
Take
true.
how many people are giving you kind of the. This is where I notice conversations change when someone says, "How are you doing?" Someone you haven't seen in a while.
Right.
You say, "How are you doing?" And if you go past, oh, I'm doing great, I'm working on X, Y, Z.
Right. Chill out.
Conversation gets really short.
Right.
They're like, cool. Whereas you were to say
great.
like, oof, I was in a dark place.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, they would, some people I know would grin and be like, oh, really? Perfect. And then they go home, like, guess who was in a dark place? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
you know,
exactly.
or if you're in a relationship, people are going to tear down a happy, good relationship. Or if you're building a
Right.
business, you see this time and time again with some of the greatest entrepreneurs in the world. We see the Mark Zuckerbergs of the world when they're in their basement or in Harvard about to drop out.
Right.
Go Mark, go Mark.
Right.
Now he's big time. It's this huge
Right,
thing.
right,
Now
right.
everyone's trying to tear down Mark. You see it with Jeff Bezos with Amazon. It's go little Jeffrey, sell your books in your garage. Now he's a jacked multi-billionaire, by the way. I don't know
Right.
if you've seen recent pictures of Jeff Bezos.
And his wife.
You know?
From the yacht.
From the yacht. Yeah, whoever that new girlfriend is.
You see the way
She looks intelligent. You know?
my eyes are up here. Kevin. Jesus.
So all good will be attacked. You know? That's
I mean, that's true. That's
yeah.
true. And then pretty much compiling all that
Yeah.
into crazy action, taking action.
Yep. Max
and
action is the cure-all.
super strong work ethics, which I think all three of us have in spades.
1000%.
And that alone. And no matter what it is you're doing, I think we touched on this the other day. We were talking about, you know, if it's like some famous person or whoever, you know, millions of dollars, and they're always talking about, you know, like, I work the most. I'm the hardest worker. I'll do every shift. There's no shift I won't take. Da 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 da. But it's finding that, like, okay, like flying here, doing this interview, doing that. Like, I get it. It's a shit ton of work. But like, if I put the hammer in your hand and told you to go on that construction site for the next 13 hours all day, every day for the next however long, is that work ethic going to fade?
Right.
Or are you still going to have that work ethic?
Right.
And still be able to, in your mind, say, like, I can see something past this.
Right.
I'm not going to be 30 years old on a construction site looking like I'm 60. Okay,
They
like
serve
that's-
past pretty early on those food
they
trucks.
really
So
do.
it's
It's
like
crazy.
next level
They start
stuff
beeping
there.
the horn at 8 a.m. and this dude has a lasagna dinner, dude. Just telling me how he hates his life.
Welders, am I right? We're gonna a bunch of union guys at the
And then,
door.
dude, I'll be sitting there and I'll tell, oh, what are you doing? You know, you look young. You're doing, yeah, I'm just doing this. I'm starting this. Like, I kind of want to get out of this, though. I'm just doing this for the time being. And as he just mouthful of lasagna at 7 a.m., he goes, that's what I told myself 20 years
Yep.
ago. And it's the scariest
Yeah.
thing ever, dude. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, here's
Oh
one
my
to tailor.
God.
We were talking about this before the show. How real manifestation is, right?
Yes,
However,
exactly.
and I've said this for a long time. Manifestation without action is delusion.
Facts.
Hello. How many people you hear about?
That's a
"Ooh,
tattoo, maybe.
you,
Or a t-shirt.
You know what's funny? You know what's crazy about Colin though, which is kind of like why I really want him on the show. He'll fuck around and do that.
I'll do it,
real
dude.
quick. Pop out the Wicked real fast.
Okay,
you
so
know,
this,
why don't you just
let's do it for the people.
with the WWE logo for those listening right across the chest
right
says
across the chest. I
Wicked.
don't know if this will.
So he's
Wicked.
quick to pull trig.
Yeah.
You know. on,
Story behind that tattoo is actually very simple. It's wrestling
a Boston saying.
is wicked.
You were in traffic and like I'm wicked pissed.
No,
I should get that on my chest.
Me and Shane went to WrestleMania when Orlando, when John Cena proposed to Nikki Bella. Not a big deal. Saw that. Whatever.
Yep.
They obviously didn't last. Anyways, we were like, dude, this trip was so legendary. We need to get a tattoo, like symbolizing this trip. And so we threw out a couple
Wicked.
ideas, right? So Wicked was one of them. And I was like, with the WWE is the W. Shane's like, yeah, we're doing it. We're both doing it. I'm like, we're both doing it. He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And he was going upper thigh. I was like, I'm pretty much gonna go all caps across my chest.
Bold.
He was like, that's kind of crazy, but he was gonna do it with me. And then I went and got it, and he
didn't
never
do it.
got it. He
Checks
never
out.
got it. And then so what? I just had to get more tattoos to like
cover it.
cover it.
Around
But then it's like now I'm in way too deep
You are
with the
why don't
tattoos.
you just
You know what I
So,
mean?
no limits tattoo.
Yeah. Well, hey, ask and you shall receive. I'll do it. If you're gonna twist
Speaking
my
of
arm
tattoos,
about it, I'll
will
do it.
you ever get
You know?
a tattoo?
No.
No, never.
No.
No.
I change my Instagram bio on a bi-weekly basis. I can't put something on my body for life, Brandon, all right?
Unless we
Good
get a crazy
Lord.
brand deal.
Yeah.
Then just put it on my arm.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the No Limits podcast. Shoot me a text on my text platform, 617.
Please shut up.
Sorry. It was light back.
Shoot me a text on my text platform, 617-405-3525. Text me who you want to have on the show next. This is No Limits.